Inspector here with another Warhammer Fantasy Battle Report. Today we have Wood Elves versus Orcs and Goblins. This was at a tournament I went to this past weekend, 3-round tournament, just friendly group of friends getting together to play a game. The board you see here is how it was done after I set up my forests, the unpainted GW base and the cardboard cutout being mine with the palm trees. My Wood Elves are themed to be in an oasis rather than the normal temperate forest of Athalorian. But here was the board. It's pretty symmetrical. The same tables were used for all three scenarios, so you'll notice that roughly everything looks exactly throughout the three games. Here are the spells for my level 4. We have Fiery Convocation, Tempest, Soul Quench, and Hand of Glory. And my level 2 got Glittering Robe and Searing Doom. For Orcs and Goblins, level 4 got Edbutt, Here We Go, Foot of Gork, and Hand of Gork. The level 2 got Curse of the Bad Moon and Itchy Nuisance, though they never were really used this game. Here we see the overall deployment after Vanguard moves. Okay, so on my left side, you got the 2 unit of Wolf Riders and Grimgor with his unit of Black Orcs. The 2 Manglish Squigs, the Savage Orc Biggins, and the level 4, and the Night Goblins with the level 2 sit in the center. And on my right, you've got the Trolls with the Big Boss and the 2 more units of Goblin Wolf Riders. On my left, you've got Waywatchers, Eagle, Wildwood Rangers, Bunker with everybody but my level 2, who's with the Wildwood Rangers. On my right side, you've got the Eagle, Waywatchers, Wildwood Riders, and Deepwood Scouts. So turn 1, Waywatchers and Eagle move up to eliminate and redirect Chaff, and possibly sacrifice themselves for the Manglish Squig. And my Bunker and Wildwood Rangers stay put to shoot at him as he comes forward. Deepwood Scouts and Eagle and Waywatchers move, or Eagle moves up actually. Everybody's pretty much where they were beforehand. Wild Riders move up to get a flank charge. Get off Hand of Glory, my magic phase. Really handy spell. Big boost to ballistic skill. Shoot and kill 3 of these Wolf Riders with the Waywatchers. They do pass their panic check, however. On the other side, however, the Waywatchers kill 3. They fail of the front unit. They fail their panic check and flee, but Savage Orcs don't care about that. The Deepwood Scouts kill 3 of the rearmost unit, and they flee away from the Wildwood Riders, and they fall just short of the Night Goblins. It would have been nice to make them panic. Bunker shoots with their 60-odd shots and only kills about 7 of these guys. Try to whittle them down as quickly as possible. His first turn, Savage Orcs move up, lose 1 to the difficult terrain chest. All the force are Venom Thickets, by the way. Mangler moves up, Night Goblins turn around, and River Trolls face my Wildwood Riders. Other Mangler Squig moves up, Grimgor with his unit moves up, and the Wolf Riders face my Waywatchers. Gets off Hand of Gork in the magic phase, plants his unit in Grimgor in front of my Bunker. That's okay, I'll just walk away with that Moonstone. He gets off Foot of Gork and it scatters just enough so that he kills a bunch of the couple of my archers and a couple of my Wildwood my Rangers. He rolls a 1. I toss it on the Savage Orcs, but I don't kill anybody because he's got the Lodestone, so he's got a 2-up board. He's using the old miscast chart, and he got this off irresistibility. We all agreed that he could, so just for hilarity, stuff for fun tournament anyway, he ends up forgetting Edbutt, so really not a huge deal, rather than the entire unit going kaboom, which usually that's what it's supposed to do. Turn 2, Eagle charges the front unit, or the smaller unit of Wolf Riders to clean them up, get some points here. Wildwood Rangers were sitting in the flank, so that's an easy solution. I charge in, my Bunker uses a Moonstone and moves to the force that's on my right flank, where they'll spend the game. I move up Deepwood Scouts and my Eagle to basically do a double flee. In my magic phase, I get off Fiery Convocation. Can't remember who the target of this spell was. I think it was Grimgore's unit because he was so close, but he uses his scroll to dispel it. Um, Pretty handy to draw that out now instead of later turns when every spell counts. I get off Hand of Glory in the Deepwood Scouts. Think they had that to just clear off some chaff, try to get those points. Weight Watchers finish off the small, or actually wipe out the small unit of 5 that are panics and flees off the board. I had a unit of 6 Glade Riders come in. I completely forgot to take a picture of them, but they wipe out the unit that had fleed through stuff. That's the end of my shooting phase. We were under a very short time limit, so photos are kind of a little sporadic when it comes to table overviews. I kill one, the other one breaks, flees, and I chase him off the board, but my eagle's still sitting there. I do break him. I don't think he actually kills a single one, but I don't catch him when he runs away, so that's ugly. So that's the end of my turn. It's a pretty fast-paced game. We're having a lot of fun, lots of table talk. Everybody's having a great time. There. Why is this photo here? Not sure. Meh. Grimgore rallies. So I don't want to get that to the face because that'll just be ugly. Really, really ugly. Mangler Squig tries to bounce to the unit, but he just short. So, I wiping my brow there. That would have been ugly. The other Mangler Squig moves backwards to try to take out this chaff because he can still direct it until they pass through a unit. Then they go random. That other chaff rallies and turns to face my Wildwood Riders that I guess I'd forgotten to take a photo of, but they sweep around to the other flank because I do not want to fight those things to the front. He charges. I execute a double flee maneuver with Deepwood Scouts and the Eagle. Unfortunately, the Eagle does run off the board, but his trolls are left kind of just standing there. So I've got a basically, what does it look like here? It should come up. Yeah, there's basically a beautiful rear charge right into this unit, so that's a lot of points, and I should just be able to clean that right off the board. But he moved his Night Goblins there and released his Fanatics, but they fell just short. Unfortunately, my Deepwood Scouts fleeing caused my Way Watchers to panic and flee. They flew through my bunker, but my bunker stuck around. That could have ended badly. Yeah, that's just another photo of where the Fanatics ended up. He did move backwards a little to be able to release them, but they did fall short. So, he tosses out another foot of Gork, but I do manage to dispel it irresistibly, luckily. That spell was the bane of my existence this game, for sure. This was done slightly incorrectly. After my Swift Reform, I marched when I shouldn't have been able to. Realize that in the following game, actually, but it really didn't affect the overall results of the game. My other unit of 10 Glade Riders comes in off the board. I get extra points for holding that quarter, so they're going to stick around that rest of the game. The other unit, or the smaller unit of 6 positions to try and take out the Mangler Squig. They're toughness 4 with 3 wounds. I should be able to do something. My other unit of 6 comes on. I'm going to try and clear off the unit of Wolf Riders, maybe even the Fanatics, just try to get some points and clear chaff and try to stop my guys from getting beaten up. Way Watchers do rally. Thank goodness. There are a lot of points. That would have sucked to have them run right off the board. I get off Glittering Robe on my Wildwood Rangers. That's just to really discourage him from charging me, because then I'll have a 4-up armor save. And shooting. Oh, I go to town on these guys, even without Hand of Glory, and I kill, what is that, 12, 15 of them, something like that. That's just a better picture. Really discourage him from charging because every wound I cause will count. I don't think it'll work. He doesn't move the Savage Orcs at all. These guys panic off the board after Glade Rider's shooting, so that's pretty handy. I put a couple wounds on the topmost of the table from me. Mangler Squig or is that the, no, that's the bottom one actually. The top one, yeah, I do. I put a wound or two on each one of them. Actually, no, he's counting down, so that'd be one wound on each one of them with shooting. I kill 4 trolls outright, and he only kills 2 in return. So, heavy win in my favor. He's broke. I run him down. So that's a huge bunch of points there. That's great. It's a really nice combat, and I'm way out of trouble from those fanatics. But those fanatics in the beginning of his turn strangle themselves, which is really handy. Animosity wasn't a huge issue for him this game. He only gets 1 animosity result, which happens later. The Mangler Squigs bounce through my Wildwood Riders, or Rangers. They fail the dangerous terrain check because of the Venom Thicket. So they got a wound, and he kills, what is that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. So that's kind of, or is that 5? I think that's 5. And Grimgor just marches right forward. He doesn't fail the dangerous terrain checks here, luckily. So I'll get a chance to reform and face him, which will be handy. He gets off Foot of Cork 5 times in a row and just demolishes my bunker. He doesn't kill any characters, but man, he does roll a 1 again. After like 5 times he scatters a couple times. I throw it on the Night Goblins, it scatters off and does nothing. Just my luck. He did miscast again. This time his level 4 gets turned into a squig, which is hilarious. We all laughed at it. It was great. So end of turn 4, all our games, because there was such a short time limit, never got to turn 6 really. So this is the last turn of the game. My Deepwood Scouts moved up by the house. Wildwood Riders move up. Same with Glade Riders. We doubt we're going to get another turn in, but just try to be aggressive and try to tempt them into charge. These guys are pretty nasty in close combat. Even if they don't charge, I might be able to do some damage to those Night Goblins. What is this? Why is this photo here? Is Grimgor marching up? Did I get Glittering Robe off again? I can't remember. My unit of 10 and 6 in the Way Watchers just stick around, hold that quarter, get those bonus points for this mission. Lined up to shoot at the squig again, which is hopefully I can finish it off and get those points there. Way Watchers had rallied last turn, so they move up here, just try to get some line of sight and shoot something, anything, get those points. I do get Tempest off in my magic phase, just to do some damage here. Minus just rolling dice, really. I finish off the Mangler Squig. It was, to prevent that from bouncing around. And that's the end of my turn here. So, oh yeah, the photo was my Wildwood Rangers reforming to face Grimgor. Wow. And that's from the other side of the table there. So, bloody fight. The Savage Orcs aren't doing anything. I'm very happy about that. That could have been ugly. And he rolls a 6 and his level 4 turns back into a normal orc instead of a silly squig. So he's got a magic phase again. That's the only animosity result he got the entire game. And they just had to charge something, but they had no targets to declare a charge on because I was sitting outside of his charge arc. Grimgor and his guys go into here. That's going to be ugly. I don't have any spells or anything, but he does fail 2 dangerous terrain checks. Mangler Squig goes random and just kind of flies off in this direction. So he's got 1 wound, so I'll get some, with the tournament, I'll get some points there. I'll explain that later. He kills, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. I only killed 2. He puts a wound on my level 2 in a challenge with his champion. I needed Insane Courage. I rolled a 3. And it happens. So I do break, and he does run me down, so it's a huge bunch of points. It would have been a completely different story if I had rolled just higher previously in turn 2, and I had run him down. A completely different story. So basically, this is the end of game. Trying to hold challenge table quarters. He does end up holding the table quarter that he needs, which I think was where Grimgor was. Not entirely certain, I can't recall, but I am holding this table. It's actually table 6, not table quarters. Sorry, and I'm holding this one. This is the one I needed to get bonus victory points for. So that's why my ambushers really just kind of stick there. I'd rather get the points there. Anyway, that's in. And we have a victory for the Wood Elves by about 500 points. The tournament is set up so that you get a percentage points of the unit. So you kill a quarter, you get a quarter. You kill a half, you get a half. You kill 3/4, you get 3/4 points. Same with multi-wound models. So if you take 2 wounds off of a 4 wound monster, you get half the points. So that made getting points in some of these games a lot easier. And I actually kind of like this system. Um, Even if it was to kill half, you get half, or reduced by half wounds, you get half wounds. That's an excellent way of doing it. Really wouldn't have done much different in this game. He got off Fotogork so many times. That was a huge game changer. And using the force to control his movement and to prevent his Savage Orcs from taking from moving forward because he didn't want to take all those dangerous terrain checks was a pivotal use. I really like the Wood Elves and um, being able to use forests and the terrain as an offensive or as a game changing element is just wonderful. I've been building this army slowly with the previous book. Now that the new book's come out, I just really wanted to get this army out in the field. Um, Thanks for watching. Like, favorite, subscribe, comment, tell me what you think. Thanks. Happy wargaming.